Right, welcome back with knowledge. In this one, we're looking at metaphors, right? Typically a poetic comparison of two things, right? As we know, the Freemasonry is a beautiful system of morality, veiled in allegory, illustrated by signs and symbols, right? So it's having a look at these type of ideas. And obviously, when you got metaphor, right? Um, you got the idea of Baphomet, right? Which is obviously the ultimate metaphor for something, right? And, so when you have Baphomet, it's obviously a metaphor, right? Yeah, obviously this is the famous statue of Baphomet. I'm not sure exactly where it is. Maybe it's in Washington or something like that, read. But as you can see, right, this is basically a metaphor for something, right? It's not, obviously Shills and not try and convince you that there's like a literal Baphomet walking around or something, like David Icke or something, like there's a sort of, satanic monsters or something walking around, but of course this is a metaphor for something else, right? Because as we see, it's this beautiful system of allegories and all this type of idea, right? So basically, when you're looking at this, right, interestingly, this one hasn't got the woman's breasts like some of them have, right? So it must be like because it's on display in front of children or whatever, they haven't got that type of idea, right? But it's still representing the same thing, which is trans, right? So this the two fingers up, right, is indicating like the duality, like the two in one idea, right, of a trance. And obviously these children are there. That's like that caduceus symbol, so it's obviously basically, medical, like a medical idea, right? Of course, we know how to view it as a healing thing and all this, right? And so basically, right, in some here, yeah, that's obviously the five. And there's a lot of ideas, like, associated with that. But that seems to be like a funeral stone thing, like an tombstone, right? So it's sort of symbolising the death of something, right? Maybe it's like the old-fashioned race of people, right? And obviously, when you got these children looking up at it, this Baphomet, like I see, like a shill will probably say, oh well, he's about to sacrifice or kill them or something, But of course, this is not like that. And these are looking up at him and all this because this is the saviour of the children of the future generations and all this, see? Like the saviour type of thing. So he's gonna give them this sort of the healing medicine and all this, right? And basically do away with the old-fashioned, sensual type of man thing with five senses type of thing, see? These are going to like the sixth sense type of thing. There's all type of metaphors in this. Right? Obviously a brick wall there, to indicate Masonic, right? Again, when you have the wings, the angel's wings, it's again indicating, Masonic and tea drinkers, right? End of, right? Obviously, there's no literal demons knocking a boot her out. That's obviously always what the shield tries to tell you, right? But it's a metaphor for trans program, right? So the children, the future, becoming transes, right? The bath, right? Oh, here, right, we see another connection with that word, right, where method acting, right, goes to TH, right? But the method acting, right, again, so it's very popular amongst the tea drinkers, right? Because as we know, they all aspire to be actors, of a smaller or greater nature, right? Even some character on the news or, a game show or something could be, like basically went through a lot of a range of training and rehearsal techniques, right? So it's like, this method acting basically all part of it. Or, like a metaphor for sort of reproducing like situations or whatever, like method acting, right? are linked like that type of thing, metaphors and all that type of thing. And of course, yeah, it's all tied in with like James Dean, Marlon Brando, and all that type of stuff. Like Lee Strasberg. It's the method of drawing on experience or whatever out your own mind in order to recreate an acting scene, right? So this, this you can bet here that this would be very popular. There'd be very literally millions of tea drinkers throughout the world studying, attending studying courses on this, right? Even if they've just gone for 5 minutes on a news broadcast or something. See what I mean? It's very integral to understanding the hex. See, I apply to an object which is not literally applicable, right? That's very big in the Prothean understanding, is to take things literally, right? In the sacred understanding, take things symbolically, right? So it's like that's a difference, to take things literally, right? Or symbolically. So the idea of metaphor is very important in comprehending reality, basically, right? See the word origin from MET-aphors to transfer, the trans and off. So the journey makes a great metaphor for life. The journeyman and the sort of travelling man idea and all that, right? So it's like, this sacred idea of using metaphors and symbols as opposed to, interpreting things literally. That's a big difference between sacred and Prothean understanding, see? And the method acting, relaxation, sensory and emotional exercises. And of course, that sensory idea, very much tying in with the way they manipulate, emotionally manipulate natural peoples as emotions and that, see, like the five senses and all stuff like that, right? To recreate when they're doing acting, they're recreating things such as emotion, right? In order to basically manipulate an audience, right, of viewers. So you're talking about like recreating sort of like violent anger, hate, lust, stuff like this, see, in order to manipulate and get desired result. Right? So if you're sitting in a theatre watching a play, it's the same type of thing. If you're sitting watching like a news broadcast in a house on a TV, it's the same thing. Right? 7 steps you use to develop techniques, of course. And if you notice the ST thing here, same as the Strasbourg, the ST, the Stanislavski method. Right? I guarantee you, millions of transes have studied this particular system of acting and all this. The art of experience and representation. See? Hex, you know what I mean? Recreating a lie and all that. And the method, see? That's just gone. This is interesting, read. Proposed super task 1, 5 and 6. Hex at the top of the pool there, like. Very interesting. Theatrical sense of self. Very interesting stuff, see. Subconscious by means of conscious. the art of experiencing, see? So if you're in the audience and that, right, they're using these techniques to basically create a desired emotional result in you sitting watching, acting as an audience. And use, like I said, they use it on the news and everything, like type of thing. So here we have the five tying in with the Baphomet idea, the pentagram idea, right? The five classical senses of sight, hearing, taste, smell and touch, all used to hex people, right? So when you have these five senses, right, then you've got the sixth sense on top of that. So what's the sixth sense? To basically hex people, right? It's like the same as natural and supernatural, right? Every sense there is a sense organ. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, this is the way what to hex people with. You're looking for this one, but it doesn't even tell you. It's got the five classical, and then it doesn't tell you the other ones. So there's only five senses basically, and the sixth one is the hex, right? The 33 equals 6, right? That's the supernatural sense. You know what I mean? Where they hex you with it. So they always use a goat pentagram idea, the goat representing a natural person. You're sort of a smelly, dirty, hairy, disgusting animal and all that type of thing, right? And then go by that type of idea to manipulate them and stuff, right? Pentagram, the goat pentagram, and you manipulate the five senses, right? Of course, that's total hex, garbage. That's a total lot of rubbish, you know what I mean? Of course, this 100%, manipulating naturals via the idea of pentagram and goat's head and all these type of scary images, see? Like supernature being the sixth sense, i.e. a tea drinker, right? Why goats are satanic, see what I'm saying? See, the sixth sense, or someone's innate connection to the supernatural, there you go. Natural versus supernatural, right? Natural versus supernatural trans, right? And the sixth sense is to deal with it. Of course, 3 plus 3 makes 6, right? To the sixth sense. Right, and just taking as one random example, right? This is the Mitchell, the MIT, the transmit, right? Transmitral. There's plenty of them, like I just took one random example, right? An Irish actor and broadcaster, best known as RTE television newscaster for 23 years. Again, there's your 33 quid. So the idea of being an actor and then going into the newsreading, see, is just like choking, choking chips or whatever. Like it's the same thing, type of thing, right? Strawberries and cream rather than complimentary type of thing, right? The idea of being like a newsreader or an actor, just the same thing, they're all in the same idea and all that. The gate, the T, as you can see, the T. The Trinity players, the tea drinkers players, right? So, there you go. Cheating newscaster and coming from an acting background, a theatre background and all that, it's like, so obvious, you know what I'm saying? You just need to learn how to speak with that posh voice and all that, and then, hello, this is the news, today, And of course, people fell for the hex. But of course, nowadays, when you get them, it's not the same, is it? You know what I mean? It's not even, they're not speaking with that same authoritative voice. So it's like, a lot of crap, like, innit? But, that's how they produced hex, right? Theatrical training, right? Edmonds drama department in the